So it sounds like, the survival instincts that allows us to react very quickly without thinking to, lions chasing us or cars coming at us is not appropriate for problems that are inherently longer and require a lot more discussion and cooperation. And you mentioned like a new survival strategy. So maybe you can touch upon for us the first leg of that strategy for us, which I think you called it prioritizing the relationship. Now, can you tell us why this is important?
Yeah, and specifically to prioritize the relationship over being right. So often we enter into a conversation with an agenda and we want to fulfill that agenda, right? That becomes the most important thing to us. And oftentimes we even try to have a difficult conversation with somebody that we may not know that well, that we may not have a strong enough a relationship with, because the relationship is the conduit of the dialogue, right? A strong relationship is a strong conduit. A weak relationship is a weak conduit. And so with a difficult conversation, you need a resilient relationship that can actually handle the stress of the conversation, right? Because there's always going to be stress, right? If people feel threatened, if it's a difficult conversation, if the topic is sensitive, whatever. But the stronger the relationship, the better able we are to stay calm, to have an attitude of respect toward each other, to have trust towards each other, etc. So when things start to get, when we get to be, say, when you start to sense that the brain is just about to flip, that is the signal, right? That we need to set aside the topic and we need to focus in on the relationship to rebuild it. Did I say something that upset you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. What I meant to say was this. Whatever it might be that would help you get back into a strong relationship, and then come back now and then bring the topic back in, start the conversation. If it gets stressed again, pull back, take care of the relationship, right? So you can think of it as a cycle that you may need to go through several times depending on how difficult the conversation is. But if you're committed to the relationship, the person will pick it up, and that person in return will trust you. There'll be a spirit of goodwill between you. And trust and goodwill are incredibly important. And so when you lose that, then you've really lost the possibility of having a constructive, difficult conversation.
Right. So you start there because it's basically the foundation of everything else that has to happen, right? For difficult conversations to become not difficult.
Yes, that's a beautifully short way of saying it, and it's perfect. Yeah.